last night was Light of the World. It was amazing. I've followed this band for 45 years myself. Tears, joy, everything. Last night was amazing.
We're here for the 2022 Summer Breeze Soul Music Festival on the Greek island of Corfu. And one of the acts performing this year are Brit Funk legends, Light of the World. I've got with me this morning frontman Gee. Gee, welcome to Summer Breeze.
Thank you. It's very nice to be here. Yeah.
Now, one of the things we noticed about your performance on Thursday night, as a band, you were incredibly tight,
Yeah.
both as musicians, but also as friends and colleagues.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that and how you got started and how you've known the other guys for so long, because it really comes across in your performance.
Yeah. I'm glad you noticed that because that's something that we don't practice. It's just something that happens over a period of time. If you're working with people for a long time, you get to know them not just as colleagues but as a person, you know, and you get to know their families and, you know, what they like, what they don't like, and what you call the idiosyncrasies,
Yeah.
of each person. And then you're not just with them for a little while, you're with them for many years, and all that becomes kind of second nature, that you look out for that person and they kind of know what you're looking for musically as well, you know.
Yeah. Well, that comes across,
Yeah.
and I think it came across as that you and the guys are musicians, and that's where the being together for so long and working together and helping each other, I think it's shown through.
It's support. Yeah, we support each other. Because we've been recording since 1979, and I joined the band in 1979, some personnel have come and some have stayed and then rejoined, and offshoots, Light of the World, Incognito, Beggar & Co,
Yeah.
you know, solo projects, Brit Funk Association, loads of people are coming in and out all the time, but the project just keeps sort of engaging. So throughout the our performance with the people of who are attending here at Summer Breeze, they're all kind of connoisseurs and actually might even have seen us, because it's kind of like a family vibe. It's like everybody says, "Gee, I saw you in 1981," you know, like that. You had hair. You had hair, and I did as well, you know, like that. And so you get in a conversation with people about stuff, and it's really nice, because you think, well, people have got some kind of connection with your life that you might not have known, but they remind you of the period of time that had gone by, and here we are now, kind of thing. So we just know that we're in sort of good company.
Music is a huge timestamp on people's minds.
Yes.
And I guess that's because there's so much information in music, in a song.
Yeah.
There's lyrics, music, and
very
a particular emotion. Because there's emotion in the music.
Yeah.
We're dancing and singing.
Don't stop, keep on, keep the hands. Don't stop, pump it up, baby. Don't stop, come on, Nino, come on. Don't stop, keep on. Don't stop, keep on. Don't stop, keep on. Don't stop, keep on.
So around about 79, when you got together, were you described then as a Brit Funk band, or did Brit Funk as a term or a label come around later on? And did it bother you? Did you mind being labelled as Brit Funk? Or?
No, we didn't mind at all, because we were actually trying to carve out our own sort of identity, because the American sound, the black American music,
Yeah.
had been established many decades before us. Prior to Brit Funk, there was kind of like a soul funky thing going with the real thing, and but Phil Fearon was in a band, and there was high tension that just sort of happened after that. But during about 78, 79, the Brit thing had started to happen, where we were sort of singing, choosing subjects about being British. And obviously you wake up in the morning and you're black. You go to bed and you're black, you know, as us as musicians. So it was like black British sound, and journalists and people who came to the shows or reviewers began to start. This is a Brit Funk thing happening.
And
not
was
a
that
US.
hard? Because I can imagine, it's like when you hear, you know, we grew up hearing American rappers, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
think, what's a Scottish rapper going to sound
Yeah,
like? Or,
exactly.
you know, what's a North London rapper going to sound
Exactly.
like? And then you find an artist cuts through and does it really well.
Yeah.
But initially people might take it not seriously enough.
Yeah.
And you have to break through that, and you must have had to do that.
We had to do
in
that
the late 70s.
I actually remember going in record shops, even though we were in the charts, and the guys, you know, someone said, "This is Gee from Light of the World," and the record guy around the record shop said, "That Brit Funk thing, it's not a patch on American thing." And you're actually there, you know, so
Yeah.
you go,
Excuse me.
you know, sorry, we're just trying to do our own thing. So in the early days, yes, the respect came sort of later on, when people saw how mature our performances were, even as young guys. And when we did the Round Trip album, particularly, because we worked with these guys who were really very legends in jazz funk music, Wayne Henderson, guy from the Crusaders, you know, Augie Johnson, who was the producer of the band, and he brought a lot of LA musicians into what
Were
we
you
did.
signed at this point, or were you just a struggling live act waiting to be signed?
No, we were signed to Ensign Records.
We need time, they need time, and even time ain't got no time. There is no time, there ain't no time. Can't you see? There is no time. We need time, they need time, and even time ain't got no time. Time.
There is no time. Can't you see? There is no time. Sing. We need time, they need time, and even time ain't got no time. Sing it. There is no time. Can't you see? There is no time. Sing again. We need time, they need time. Here we go. Time ain't got.
Early in the start of the band, there's a guy who was incredibly influential in moving the band forward, and it's called Chris Hill. Chris is a DJ, although he's in his late 70s now, and probably not as active as he was. But during that period, he was like the Pete Tong of music. He could bring people together.
Him and Froggy were
yeah.
experiencing for that, so they were supporting you at that time.
Absolutely, they were right behind us. Chris was a co-owner in the label that we were signed to, which was Ensign Records. He managed to get us crossed over into the charts as well. But this, I have to say, Robbie Vincent was very influential then as well.
I was going to talk to you about
Yeah,
Robbie Vincent
yeah,
because he used
yeah.
to have his Sunday night show on Radio 1.
Radio 1,
I guess
yeah.
at the time, and that would have been the ideal.
That was the nationwide thing.
Yeah.
It came overground.
Yeah.
For that, his show was very, very popular.
So that would have been a strong vehicle for you and
Absolutely.
him to help break you into Radio 1
Yeah.
and popular chart music in the
yeah,
UK.
and we'd made many Top of the Pops appearances because of the connections at the time. But Chris and Robbie and Froggy, these were the guys that had this idea to, let's get everybody out of the clubs and into the weekenders.
Yeah.
And you can imagine being young, fancy free, foot loose, and all that stuff, the shenanigans that people
Yes.
gone up to in these holiday camps off season.
Yes. It's like a Friday to Monday of debauchery.
Yeah.
And very good music.
Yeah, and music.
From the
Yeah,
70s and 80s and 90s.
That was it.
All of a sudden I saw Sheriff John Brown aiming to shoot me down. So I shot him down, and I
I'm what you call a top line writer. So I hear a top line,
The hooks.
the hooks. So I can hear that, and then you get someone else who can just, how about that, and you think, bastard, yeah, that's really good, So, and then the songs kind of evolve. So you've got this thing. It's like the written song.
Thing.
However, so that's the rough band version, but then we got together with great producers. So the great producer knows how to make a record. There's the difference between the initial idea and making a great record.
But both of them depend entirely on the other.
On
You
each
can't
other.
have one without the other.
It's like an inspiration. You've got to give him something that inspires that guy to want to go, I know what you're trying to do. This is it, But if I had that, because you've got to work with producers who are into what you're doing. And fortunately, we always met producers who knew what to do. The songs from there, we had Time, I Shot the Sheriff, the cover version of the Bob Marley thing. And then we did London Town, all within that same session. London Town was the last one we did. We thought we'd done it. We were sitting back and, and he came and he said, look, we need one more. I was like, well, why? I said, we need a song about London. I'm originally from Manchester.
Yeah.
And I was always seeing London as a tourist. I was like amazed by everything, like the river, Houses of Parliament gleaming, Big Ben, the underground, and so for some reason, that was probably the reason, is that I came up with this initial thing, but just thinking they're going to tear it up, because the guys are from London, they'll know, well, I don't, they'll be here to write everything.
You can't say that.
You can't say that, and they'll just dismiss it. So I said, yeah, let's do it. Okay.
So he goes with that.
Yeah.
You then, make the music happen in a couple of days or a week?
I'll quickly tell you, right, the producer we used, a guy called Augie Johnson, right? He didn't play any instruments, but he was an incredible arranger. He'd worked with some incredible musicians and, just, I don't know how he did it. He was a musical man, right? So we were so fortunate to have this guy. He said, I want to do. Can you pick up on that?
always appeal to me. See the children playing in the park. Oh, the couples are making it after dark. Sing it with me, come on, ladies. This could be you. In London town, you could be what you wanna be. Sing it. I wanna party in London town. Sing it. I wanna party in London town. Don't you wanna party? We love to party. I wanna party, yeah, in London town. Party, 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 party.
and he knew how to do it. And we were like, what? And so we just went with this together in no time.
Brilliant.
It's just like, honestly, it took about a night to do it. We used to go out to nightclubs, finish at 2 o'clock, go in the studio. Those were the days. I'm in bed a lot earlier than that now, I tell you, but people still like it.
So tell us a bit about the new material and which parts of that we would have heard on Thursday night at Summer Breeze.
We like to show a progression that we're still capable and feeling the thing about writing music. So we have a new album. It was released during the lockdown period.
Difficult time.
A difficult time, but we decided to do vinyl, CD, and join the new streams that are happening, the Spotify's and this and that. So we've sort of got up to speed with the release things, and we called it Jazz Funk Power. It was produced by a guy called Nigel Martinez. He produced Number One Girl and Famous Faces. He was the drummer for The Real Thing, so he has good caliber, you know. And Billy Ocean's producer. So we wanted to feature some of those songs for this performance at Summer Breeze. And the one of the first songs we did there was The Temperature's Rising.
Around in my brain, how the temperature's rising, temperature's rising. Don't you wanna stop? I'm too high. Temperature's rising, temperature's rising, higher and higher. Oh, I'm burning.
Great
And
track.
we've been dying to get abroad, where it's really hot to play Temperature's Rising.
Yeah.
So we were able to do that one and crank that one out and get people singing it with us, so that was great.
Brilliant.
And then the next one we did was a Summer Girl.
Oh, baby, 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 summer girl. Now that I've found you, I'm gonna love you. Summer girl. I love you, girl, I do. You know I do, I do, I do, I do. You, summer girl.
Obviously in the environment where it's beautiful weather.
Yeah.
So we was able to get that one across, which is like the follow-up really to Number One Girl from many years ago. Something
Fabulous.
we wrote many years ago, but you know, brought it out now.
So Gee, just so that everybody knows,
Yeah.
how do they get hold of your new album, Jazz Funk Power?
Right, well, what you can do, our new album with all these 10 tracks on there is available from our, if you contact us on our Facebook page, which is lightoftheworldband.com. On Facebook, Light of the World Band. If you come to that page, just send us a message and we can actually send you the vinyl if you want to buy vinyl or CD. So that'll be an easier way. Or if people are into the downloading, they want to do that, just go to like iTunes or Spotify, and I know there's loads of channels out there that you can make downloads and just get it immediately into your phone or whatever. But if you like vinyl, just send us a message to our Light of the World band at Facebook, and you can buy it. We can connect. We'll send it to you direct, signed as well. We can sign it for you. It's a good thing.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Gee, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh,
thank you very
you're
much.
most welcome.
Thank you for coming to Summer Breeze.
You're most welcome. Thank you for asking me. That's brilliant. Thank you.